Fuck. Oh, shit.
Post.
What?
You do know that we have a show to do, right? You can't just be playing You Have No Time.
No, we have a lot of time before the show starts.
No, we have no time. You have no time.
Yeah, that's what I'm playing.
I don't have anywhere else to go with this bit.
No, Josh, I'm playing. You got no time. Oh, you can't see it on the thing.
Here, we'll pretend it's mine.
Oh, what are you holding? Oh, is that your Lego too?
Yes, it is.
Oh, yeah. No, I got this Legion Go, so I figured I'd play it, and just while we're waiting for the show to start, so it'd be a good time.
No, the show has started. Post.
Did it?
Yes.
Who's
look
that?
at your. God.
Oh. Oh shit! Shit. Okay, hold on. Everybody, welcome to Bucket Bites, where we have bite-sized bits and discussions of a menagerie of different topics, and sometimes we have guests. Like today, it's one of those days. Don't talk Bigfoot around this guy. He's an artist, designer, he's a filmmaker, and he's lost control of his life and where he parked his car. He is Jerome DK. Jerome, welcome to the show.
I'm doing jazz hands for myself. Hello.
I'll do it with you. Ah, yes. But no, welcome. I appreciate you accepting my invitation to come on the show.
Thank you for having me.
So that last part of that intro, I'll just jump straight into it. Was part of a book that you published.
Unfortunately, yes.
Unfortunately, yeah, it's called Every Day is a Nightmare. A trash book by Jerome DK. I don't know if you can see that. It has more sadness than leading brands. But
4% more sadness. I put that on everything I have now.
Really?
Like if you come to any of the cons that I'm at, there's a giant banner and it says like my name and it says 4% more sadness. Plus like a bunch of little subliminal messages everywhere else. So look out for those.
Oh yeah?
Yes. I mean, if I'm spending money on these giant banners, of course I'm going to put subliminal messages.
so that's fun. But I want to ask, in the past for you, and we'll touch a lot about this throughout the show, but you have a background in art and other things. What made you want to? And yes, what made you want to publish a book of all things?
I was spiraling down a hole of depression. So I guess it came down to I have so many projects on my shelf all the time. Like I am addicted to having work constantly thrown at me.
Mm-hmm.
So along with my 9-to-5 job, I work on like little movies or film projects or sometimes illustrations or comics or sometimes video games. Like I'm working on some other projects right now, but like there's always a handful of things, and some of these things take longer than others to complete, especially if you're doing in film, or sometimes when I'm working in illustration, that takes, like if I'm working on a very big piece, I'll spend maybe 40-60 hours on this very large piece. And I wanted something more substantial that I could be more proud of. I'm not saying that I'm not proud of my other things. I am very proud of them. But I thought, like, I have never done a book. I haven't gone down this path yet, and I really want to. I have a bunch of other ideas that I've started on. I've even started on other books in the past, but I never really completed them. And I thought, like, why don't I just start on something a little more basic? Something that I really know a lot of, which is basically depression and anxiety.
Sure.
And this could go very easily for me or very badly. So
Fair,
I started drawing these little characters and testing out this idea that I had, and it started forming into this, I guess, self-release of basically understanding myself and what I go through on a daily basis. And I know that a lot of other people also reflect on these certain same issues. I wouldn't call them issues, but I guess quirks. I don't know what you want to call them. Everybody has these things.
I mean, I don't know if everybody gambles a fart, and then also poops their pants while shopping?
Oh, there's many. Don't worry. They just won't admit to it.
I've got a story, but I'll save that for later.
See. So this was, yeah, my first dive into actually wanting to publish a book and falling through for it. And then my very good friend who runs M4 tournaments, and he's doing this whole thing with like the Monkey Bucks and like in a couple months, and he was like, hey, we're looking for vendors and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, sure. Like, it's like, do you want to be a part of this? Like, if you sign up, I'm like, absolutely. This will get me a fire under my ass to actually finish more of my stuff and then get my, because I've always wanted a booth and start all these other things because I have all this art, just haven't done much with it. So I'm like, fine. I gave myself a 3-month deadline, which that's how much time I had to write, develop a book, finish, and get all my art printed, plus banners and booth everything. Like in my other job, I've done booths before, but I've never done it for myself, and I know what it takes for it. It's a lot of work. So 3 months, I said, fuck it, let's go. And it was a very, very, very stressful 3 months, and I got my book done and published, and I owned all the rights for it and everything. So like it was more of like a task that, can I do this? You know, proving myself that I could do something like this. And also I wanted to have a book that's not just, I guess, how could I put it, nonsense, but still has like a purpose into the world. To show that it's okay to feel this way. And I wanted other people to know that it's fine to feel these certain things, because it's really hard to talk about with other, adults sometimes, because it is.
Yeah.
So that's my little quick journey. I'm sorry, I just kind of babbled on there for a little bit.
No, you're good. You answered every single question that I had written today, so we can just end it now, I think. I mean, this is good.
All right,
Dude,
guys.
this is the greatest interview ever. I'm so good. I'm so good at this.
No, that's actually like insanely impressive, like that you did that all in 3 months. Like you said, like setting it out as a challenge to yourself is one thing, but actually like 3 months is such a insanely short amount of time that I can only imagine how stressful that became towards the end of it.
When you're in a dark place sometimes and you really need to I guess find ways to release, also to kind of sidetrack yourself from other things that are going on throughout. This was also one of those things where it did help me therapeutically. Obviously the topic, of course, is anxiety and depression, so it was very easy, but at that same point I had to revisit a lot of those places of what makes me feel these things and try to find a funny middle ground while trying to also taking it seriously, because I know this is, maybe a joke for me sometimes, but I do have to laugh at my own sadness, which is a lot of people's, progress too. But, it's, I don't know, again, I'm just mumbling.
You're really not.
Yeah, it's insightful because, like you said, like I don't like to use coping mechanism, but like, and we've talked about it on the podcast before. I suffer from anxiety and depression myself, so like it is great, using humor as a way to address that. Like you said, sometimes it's hard to talk about these kinds of things even as adults. So like using humor to address that is one thing, but also to tap into it as a creative endeavor like that, as a way to not only, I don't want to say deal with it, but a way to kind of approach it, or a way to face it.
Yeah, almost expressing.
Expressive. There you go. Perfect. And also to others, because obviously people who have never met you are going to read this, and that's going to be their impression of your experience. So that's really cool that you were able to use that as a creative outlet, but also, again, in 3 months, like that's so impressive.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Like
it resonated with me enough to be like, dude, I want to talk to this guy on my podcast and get to know where this comes from, because it's true. You some of the best art is all reflections, or it comes from deep within, and you're just trying to get it out. And I'm trying to think of the words and I can't. But that's what you did here. and you did it in such a way that it is incredibly relatable. Every page in here, every page in this book, someone can relate with. And more so no, you did a great job. And I it's funny because when I bought this book, I thought it would be funny to give it to my daughter.
Yeah. Okay.
And well, because I didn't know what it was about. I didn't know what was in it, right?
Well, how old is your daughter? I'm just curious about that.
She's 13.
Okay, cool. All right.
So like she's actually like perfect for this, actually, because it's written in such a way where it's not like dark. It's all relatable, and it's all things that people just in general deal with on the daily.
I kind of looked at it as the approach of like we have the book called Everybody's Poops, right? Everybody does poop, but also everybody does feel anxiety and depression.
Yes, they do. So
and
what? Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I don't know. No worries. I think the reason why I did the character that way, I wanted to make him very soft and kind of squishy and almost vulnerable. But at that same time, like each page with the illustrations with him, I want to make it very digestible at that same time, where you can approach it and go, yes, I feel what is happening here. And I can also reflect back onto it. Like, even if like my mother found this book and she did not actually understand that I felt this way, because she lives in a different time period where you just kind of block these things off. And I'm not talking down on that generation or anything like that. That's just how things are. She didn't know. So this actually opened up a whole new door of conversation about how I feel. And so when she read it, we talked for about literally an hour and a half about certain things, about emotions. And like, she would go to a page like, so you felt this way. I'm like, I did feel this way. And I feel like it goes right back to like when a child has goes to therapy and they have to draw a picture, and they're like, I feel sad today, or I feel this today. And I think we forget that sometimes adults need the same kind of connection between this. And that's why I drew it kind of like a children's book. Like, it's very, very simple, but at that same point, like, this is very kind of adult material. But I don't kind of like in the Ninja Turtles and the old 1989 film, you don't treat your audience dumb. Like, it's very deep, dark material, but still a children's content, and they don't play their audience dumb. And that still resonated in me to like learn from that, to never treat my audience dumb, and because they will feel the same things I feel. So I don't know.
This is refreshing just to hear. Like, usually it's Logan on the show who's kind of breathing this kind of, I actually really wish he was here right now to be part of this conversation. Because like you said early on, you like the self-deprecating humor. You got to laugh at yourself, right? Like,
God, yeah.
Well, that's something I have a really bad habit of doing, and Logan absolutely hates it. And it's not like that I'm trying to put myself down, right? It's more so like a release of me, just, it's a release.
No,
just
I actively make fun of my own breast size every day. Don't worry about it.
You say your breast size? I haven't checked mine lately.
Oh, they're about a D. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Wow, that's impressive. That's impressive. I did want to ask you just one last thing on the book. Well, there's a couple things on the book, but
no, absolutely. Ask away.
Throughout the book, it progressively gets darker, and I'm assuming that's on purpose, by design.
Yeah.
Is it because it's part of the story? Is it? Trying to put this into words here. Go ahead. I think you know what I'm trying to ask.
Yes. No, it is done by design specifically. When writing this all out, everything that I work on has to have extra layers to things, because if I want extra layers to, like, say, Adventure Time, because I love Adventure Time, there's so many things going on. I love that show for reasons. I like to incorporate all the things I love and the reasons why things I love into the things that I do. So when I'm writing even a simple book like this, I want to make sure there's a little added layers to read into. So if you go on page 30, I think it's 15, that's like slap dab right in the middle of the book.
Day 15 or page 15?
Day 15, I believe.
Day 15.
Because it goes on a month, so it's 30 days.
Oh, yeah, and it like flips around.
Flips up, down. So at that point, he is adjusting. He talks about medication, and everything is upside down, and he's adjusting. Doesn't mean that medication works or doesn't work for others. That's a whole other topic that I don't want to touch. But either way, he was having problems adjusting to his medications. And at that point in time in that book, everything becomes harder for him to adjust into the world because of the medications, disrupting everything else in his world.
Wow. I love that. It's the whole topic. It's funny because it does to a degree feel not taboo, but it's just people don't talk.
No.
Nobody and like for me, like I think Bucket Bites is kind of a therapy for myself. In a way, it's kind of a selfish type thing for me to just go and talk and say what I need to say.
Selfish sometimes.
And it's just, just reflecting back on it, and you gotta release. And this book was it's beautiful in a lot of ways, artistically, and just the progression of the story. And it's been a while since I read it, admittedly, so I apologize, but
it's fine, dude. No worries.
We actually read this in our car. My wife was going through it, reading it to us in a car to one of my daughter's basketball games.
Really?
Well, we would have like 45-minute drives, yeah. So that was the first time we read it. It got delivered right before we left. So this is very impressive. I wanted to ask you, and Josh, I'm sorry if I'm blocking you off from asking some questions.
It's kind of blocking you, dude. Sorry.
It's what I always do. Oh no, Josh is muted. Somehow
I can't hear him.
Sorry. Go ahead. I will pop in when I need to. I'm listening.
Okay. All right. I did want to ask you, just by happenstance, our last guest actually was also an author.
Cool.
And he owns a bookstore in Kenosha.
Oh.
So I was curious, is your book like published in stores in places? Like
as of right now, it's only published through Amazon. But if he is looking for copies, I could probably give him copies.
No, I think it would be cool for that'd be a cool connection to make, just because I know his name, Donovan. He's a good dude. Yeah. So, and he's really good at supporting local authors and artists, and he's both. Like, I'm not kidding. He's just like, it's just so funny how two guests in a row just happen to be like under that same realm.
Yeah.
It's really cool. So going from one extreme to another, I need to ask you about Nerf Wars.
Jesus.
Just completely flip that switch. I need to know.
What about Nerf Wars do you want to know?
Number one, okay. My first question, and this is actually, Josh, you could I don't know if you've seen these videos at all. So explain the Nerf Wars videos to us first.
Okay, so I think that was like 17 years ago when my mic here. When YouTube was just first coming out, and I just got one of my first camcorders, and I was really just kind of testing it out. And I grabbed my brother, and we started testing around some like stupid shots with a puppet and a Nerf gun. And we thought that was funny. And we showed it to our friends, and they were laughing about it. Like, let's do a bigger one. Like, hell yeah, let's do that. So we followed the weekend, we filmed some weird shit, and we just kind of ad-libbed everything. But since I know somewhat of a where up like camera should be placed and whatever, and some editing, so it kind of does look amateurish, but at the same time it does look, they know what they're doing in the background because we're just still having fun. So it took me about a week to edit, and then just kind of figuring out what it was. But it was still kind of, I used to call them epic home movies because they're just little home movies that we're just fucking around with our friends and family. So it's nothing big. And we threw that online. And yeah, I think right now it's about 20 million views or something like that. And it kind of took a life of its own. And it became this own little monster of like these Nerf movies and I don't know, renaissance of Nerf videos or whatever. And I think I was like one of the first just to kind of make these like stupid action Nerf parodies. And then we just kind of kept on going with it. And then I know it spawned a bunch of culture on YouTube after that. And at that point, I was in college, and I'm like, I don't have time to keep on doing all these.
Yeah.
I have other shit to do. It's not that I was not interested. I was always interested to do like action or horror or whatever like that because that shit was fun. Like editing is my jam. And that's where I really got to learn the core principles of what editing takes. And is because like doing basic action flicks and you're like, oh, I need this, but I need XYZ. It's like a bunch of puzzle pieces that you just need. And then now I have a whole bunch more respect for Michael Bay and his crap.
I was gonna say, so I did rewatch at least the first one just to prepare for this. And I was watching it, and it does feel like it's shot by an editor because you are so good at getting like the close-ups that you need and the coverage that you need. Like, and for especially because like you can imagine how young you were at the time.
Yeah, I was amateur.
Everybody was. Yeah, but it's still like I could tell like it's shot by somebody who has an eye for the editing side of things because you do get all of like the shots that you need that you wouldn't think about in that context of like a YouTube video in 20 whatever that was.
A lot of it actually came because I studied prior to that in high school is stop motion animation. So when you're in a studio doing one frame at a time, one frame, okay, now we're here, where is it going to be next into this site? So I'm there maybe 80 hours doing like this 2-minute animation. So it really, like, I guess framed my mind of how these things are going to work in the long run. And I really need to think ahead like 20,000 steps of where things are going to go. So when I was outside shooting this action sequence, it all reapplied to this. So we're like, oh, we're here. We need to go over here. All right, we're over here now. Where's going to go over here? Okay, then we do over this. Okay, how's it going to look over here? So it goes one step to another step to another step to another step to another puzzle. And then once I get all the puzzle pieces together, and then I re-edit it all together again. So it was basically just a much faster version of a stop motion animation.
Mm-hmm. Well, and so I'm gonna get a little weird and go to. I also watched a video that you made about your love for the Duke Nukem franchise.
Oh, and 25 years of Duke Nukem.
Yes, yeah. And in that video, you had mentioned how you discovered like Army of Darkness through that connection through parody. And so I guess what I'm wondering is, because at least Evil Dead, and to a certain extent, Army of Darkness, even though that was through a studio, but like there's that indie mindset, that DIY mindset. Did that contribute to your own?
Oh God, yeah.
That's what I figured.
You use whatever you have in the basement and whatever family or friends are willing to deal with your shit. That's the mentality. So like when we're looking to like, again, make a little action sequence, we can't use real guns. We had like BB guns and stuff, but we didn't want to use that because we're outside and we don't want to freak anybody out. Ever since whole that 9/11 thing, it was just no, we're not doing that shit. We're not going to freak any neighbors out because we got a bunch of old people and they'll call the cops on us. Nerf guns are bright and yellow. This is totally safe. And I thought, whatever, use whatever the hell we have, and we're just having fun. And that's why I call them little epic home movies, because we're just kids in the backyard dicking around. Who cares?
See, and I love that mindset because I feel like there's a fine line with the amateur filmographer where it's either you take it way too seriously or you understand exactly what it is. Like, we're just having fun. We could still put a lot of work into this. We could still be really proud of the product, but we're just having fun. And I love that you capture that and I think that's why a lot of people responded to it the way they did, and why it has 20 million views is because a lot of people, I'm sure, watched it and went, oh man, that's something that anybody could have made, but they made it, and you could tell they're enjoying it. You could see the passion that they're putting into it. And I think that reflects even now, however many years later when I watched it.
I'm still getting little personal messages every now and then going like, dude, this is when YouTube peaked. I'm like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's more like less of the nobody's purposely going to trying to get views. They were YouTube back then. You're just uploading to have fun and not giving a shit. Like when I uploaded that, I was just using like the coolest song in my MP3 player. I'm like, I like this song this week, and I just throw that on there. But as of like now, like I don't get any residuals off that or any like money because I used copyrighted material. But back then, that wasn't a thing. You just threw in whatever the fuck you wanted. I mean, if I would have known now, I probably would have changed the music just so I can get some money off it. But
well, so
it's okay.
That goes to the question I wanted to ask is that was very much in YouTube's golden age, so to speak, in quotations. Can a video like that succeed on today's YouTube?
God, no. Hell no. First off, it would be copyright claim taken down. And if it does go through the leaks, it will go into obscurity with like the other thousands of videos that get uploaded every minute. And it's like, if you're not that top 1%, like in society, you're not going to get noticed.
I was going to say, you would have to make it less than 7 seconds long. And it would be popular for about 5 minutes until the algorithm forgets it. And then...
I mean, I've tried other video projects, which I don't mind doing because like I'm just doing them for me, for fun, because that's what they always should be, is for your own fun and enjoyment, because that's what it. But if you're going into YouTube wanting to, I guess, be famous, I mean, you're going to have to do things that you never want to do. Like you're going to have to push yourself to levels and say things that are just horrible. And like, because like you're going to become a different person at that time. You're basically going to become a parasite of the system. Anyways, I digress.
Yeah, if you're successful on YouTube, you're a real piece of shit.
Most of them, yeah.
That's what I hear. Josh, what are you looking for? Your plaque? Or what are you looking for, Josh?
Let
me see that plaque. Oh, God. You got it?
Oh, the cord.
Hey,
there it is.
The
nice, very nice.
Yeah.
You can see
what's the next
right
one
here, million, but that's not going to happen. There's a dent right here. Dude. Can you see it?
Oh yeah,
no.
Yep.
Yeah, okay, I can see it now.
I threw a flashlight, and I didn't intend to hit my wall, but I did. Of course, there's one thing hanging on my wall, and it hit it. Whenever I look at the plaque, that's all I think about.
Classic.
Because literally, I was working on something, and I just like tossed the flashlight, just like to get it out of my way. And of course,
yeah.
What was your first big successful video that just kind of took everything off?
So we had done with Suggestive Gaming, we did like Let's Play stuff.
Okay.
Which obviously we were very small fish in a very large pond. And then one of the members of Suggestive Gaming at the time, we were 3 members, was like, hey, a great idea would be like making like a story summary for a game franchise where like a new game installment's coming out. And around that same time, Uncharted 4 was coming out. So I was like, all right, well, I'll do the Uncharted series. And I did the first one, and it did like 100 times or more better than any other video we've ever done. I was like, all right, well, I guess that's the direction of the channel now.
There you go. Yeah.
And
it's
here
funny how that
happens.
Yep. 7 years later, I'm still doing them.
Hell yeah, dude.
And I'm the only
congratulations.
one left. Thank you.
You're the only one left.
Yeah. Which goes to show how fun these videos are to make.
It is a slog, dude. Like, if you're going through that grind, like, I respect the grind. I do.
Well, we got to go back earlier than that, Josh.
Yeah. Oh, that's true.
We had a machinima.
Yes.
You guys were part of Machinima?
Yes, we were.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. How'd that go?
We had a decent. I mean,
so,
yeah. Oh, really?
So
you were one of the few.
The thing is, our channel was not owned by Machinima. Those were the people that got screwed over.
Yeah.
We produced content for Machinima, like to put on their channel. So
Okay, I get
we
you.
were actually, we got
It was
out of
decent.
that kind of unscathed. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that was nice. That was good times. We had a Fallout 3 machinima called Thrown Out. There's other language dubbed over versions of it out there still on YouTube somewhere.
Yeah, you cannot find an official version anymore because Machinima wiped all of their old partner stuff, but maybe
Yeah.
one day you'll all see it.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool though.
Yeah. That was good times. Josh did all the work. I just sat there and I watched him smash his keyboard. Good times. Good times.
All the time. Could you believe I threw a flashlight at my wall?
That's I was gonna say, I'm like, something's never changed, Josh. Just something's never changed. Yeah. That's great. I wanted to just kind of throw it back real quick to the beginning of the episode, just because I feel like I didn't give it enough time. But a couple months ago, we had a guest on the show with the company Lime Blossom Studios. He released a game that came out yesterday, and that's kind of what I was playing in the beginning. It's called You Have No Time, and just in case that didn't come across clear, I just wanted to kind of get that out there, just because that came out, and it's actually a really fun little puzzle game where you play as a pirate trying to get treasure. So just wanted to throw it out there. So
it's out on Steam. It's on sale for its release week. $3, so go check it out.
Yeah, it's low investment cost, actually a lot of fun. It reminds me of when a lot of the fun is trying to beat your friend's high scores in it. So it reminds me a lot of like when Josh and I used to play Trials, and there's the mini game where you would get the most broken bones, to keep a record of your friends list on who had the most broken bones on whatever, and it was a good time.
I'm still winning, by the way. I launched it the other day.
Did you?
I'm not even. Yes, and I tried to get close to my high score. I couldn't even get within 100 of where I was. But
oh my God.
I was still beating you, and that's all that made me happy.
How much by? I might have to go boot up.
I don't.
I'm gonna go boot up. It's Evolution, right? Trials Evolution.
No, Trials HD, the first one.
HD, the first one. Okay, I want to check it out. So, but I was playing that. You Have No Time on. I had just gotten the new. Here, I'll grab mine too. But, just because I have not had one yet, and Josh, we talked about this in the past. I actually still have the game up. Lenovo Legion Go. So it's kind of like your Steam Deck or your ROG Ally. So you've got all of them. You've got the holy trinity.
I've got a Steam Deck. I've got an Ally, and now I have a Legion Go.
And they just announced.
And I'll soon have
yesterday.
I'll soon have a Steam Deck OLED.
Jesus.
It's. I have to ask because I did not look into this, and Jerome, feel free to chime in as you wish here.
No worries.
But Josh, is there anything mechanically or that's going to be better outside of just the OLED screen?
Yes. So battery life is better by like 5 hours, I think they said.
Did they say 5? I thought it was okay.
Like on the high end, like
okay,
5 hours.
Okay. Yeah.
And like and that's just because the what is it? The SoC, I forget what it's called, but essentially the chip's smaller, so it's more efficient.
Sure. Gotcha.
So the battery life will be better. You might get a little better performance, but not by a lot.
Okay, so it's basically just like going from a Switch to a Switch OLED.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I plan on getting one. I'm just waiting until Steam releases like their 4th or 5th version. Like same thing with their VR. Like I have their newest VR. I'm like, that one's good. I like that. The Index. Yeah. Like that's fantastic. But I waited because I know like the more test developments and more people that buy, I'm like, I know that this is just part of the process and I have to be patient.
Mm-hmm. So I will say, like, I have no buyer's remorse for my Steam Deck. Like it is an amazing product. I think they knocked it out of the park out of the gate.
Yeah.
I wish they waited a little bit longer for an OLED because like as an early adopter, I'm like, oh, okay. If I would have waited a year, I'd have an OLED version. Because that's my only complaint about all of these devices that you mentioned post. None of them are OLED. None of them are HDR.
Fair enough. Do you think it's just another case of planned obsolescence?
No, I think it was to cut costs initially, and now that displays are cheaper, here we
Gotcha.
are.
Yeah, that
Because
makes
you
sense.
have
too.
to remember, like, all these came out right post-COVID, when getting displays was a little bit harder, and now
Yeah.
getting displays is a lot easier. So here we are.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I agree with that.
Do you have any handhelds, Jerome?
Yeah, I have a Game Boy Color right here.
Yes.
Gotta upgrade to an analog, man.
Oh, I didn't even think about it. I have to
I
go
will.
legally. I have to go and legally find all of my old PSP games that I used to play in high school.
What's that?
Because I have something that is basically like a PSP now, but just like a lot bigger.
Oh yeah,
I-
you
I-
can
I could-
play all of those on there. Yeah, legally, 100% legally.
Oh, totally.
Well, yeah, you wouldn't do it any other way. I mean, why would you do that? You would
Speaking of PSPs, can I share a little experience of mine recently?
absolutely.
Yes.
So I bought a PSP Go from my buddy years ago, and just last week I ordered 2 mods for it. I put a blue shell on it,
Oh,
and
Ooh,
which
that's
like
is
actually kind of
nice,
sexy.
and I like it a lot. And then I put in a larger memory, because like they only support up to 32
Sure.
gig sticks, I think, and those are like $300 because they were proprietary.
yeah, because Sony's fucking great like that.
Exactly. So you can mod in just like a thing that works with micro SD.
Oh, thank God.
Now I've got 128 gigs on here for like $5, and I just had to open it up.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
That's my first time I've ever like successfully opened up a console and swapped a shell and nothing is fucked up. So I'm very proud of myself, because I've tried it before and either like one of the buttons doesn't work, or like the membrane got a little misaligned. So like you
Sure,
push one button
yeah.
and it presses 4. So I was
I
proud
gotta-
of myself.
Sorry. Oh, I was
Go
gonna say I got a Vita right behind me. I've been wanting
Yes.
to mod it just because like obviously Sony forgot about it and they don't give a shit about it anymore. And because like I even bought like all my games legitimately, but now all those legitimate games I buy are not supported anymore, and now they crash right in the middle. And I'm like, why the fuck? And like I understand they stopped support, but I'm like, at least have the games that already were on here. Why I don't understand why they stopped working.
Yep.
But they just
They were
all
just
stopped
like
working now.
they're just like, we don't want to have these servers up anymore. Screw you
Yep.
guys. So
And
I will
it just
say, like,
pisses me off.
the one nice thing is Vitas are so easy to soft mod.
Yeah.
Like it's like 3
Okay.
seconds, and you have to do it now,
Mhm.
like in order to use a Vita. So at least it's easy.
Yeah, like I didn't want to go that route because I'm like, as much as I want, I will try to give whatever supporter my money.
Yep.
But like for some odd reason, Sony just likes like fucking me. I don't understand why. I'm like, buddy, I want to give you money. And they're like, no, we don't want that. Fuck you.
And I'll say, like, and I don't mean this from like any kind of racial point of view, just from a cultural point of view. Like, Japanese video game companies are a lot like that. Like, Nintendo's the same way,
Mhm.
Oh God,
where
no,
it's just
fuck,
like,
dude.
where it's like
Nintendo.
once we've sold you this product once, like, fuck you, it's over. Like, we don't
Yeah.
care about preservation whatsoever.
Mhm.
So Sony is a little bit better than Nintendo in that fact, but Nintendo's by far the worst.
I
But I will
tried.
say, like Microsoft is fantastic with all of their backwards compatibility stuff.
That's why I think that's why I got my Xbox Series X right away, just because all my games just came over. Like I didn't have to worry about that. And I did like, 'cause we were just talking about that earlier, how I want to mod my original Xbox, because not everything is on there, but they have a very good portion of their library that I like on the Xbox Series X are ready to go. So I'm like,
Mhm.
even I'll buy those digitally again just because of convenience. And like I pay the $5 on sale. Like I don't care. Like, yeah, that's awesome. But yeah, Nintendo just I'm still waiting for like a handful of Nintendo 64 games on the Nintendo Switch Online, which I also hate.
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
Like they still
Just-
haven't released what was it, Cruis'n USA? They own Cruis'n USA and they don't put it on there. I'm like, come on.
Does Nintendo own Cruis'n USA?
Nintendo owns the Cruis'n franchise.
Really?
Yes, they do.
I thought that was
I
Sega.
didn't know that.
Mhm.
No.
No, I thought it was okay. Well, forgive
you may
me.
look it up and prove me wrong, but I guarantee you, because that was one of those things when I bought Cruis'n Blast a couple of years ago for my birthday, and I found out that they hired a company. What was it, Raw Thrills, to hire, because they own the rights to Cruis'n. They just hired somebody else to make it. I'm like, holy shit, I didn't know that. So yeah, Cruisin's owned by Nintendo, but we can't have it on any other system.
Yeah, wow. Because that's interesting. Because Midway developed it back in the day, which I remember the arcade machines.
Yep, William Games. I do have the original marquees.
But Nintendo has the publishing rights since Cruisin' USA, which was the first one. So yeah, wow, that's interesting. I never knew that Nintendo had their hands in that pot.
Yeah,
I guess it makes sense why there was never Cruisin' on PlayStation or anything.
Yeah.
Can just because like 30 seconds ago, while we were pooping on Sony for a minute, just so I can get my one shot. I saw something on Twitter today, and I'm glad I found it again. But did you know that format?
What?
On the PS5. I'm sorry, the X.
Thank you.
On X. Oh, I hate that still so
shitter,
much to this day.
It's called shitter.
The shitter?
Yeah, just
well, you can't even be a Twitter shitter anymore. You're just.
Oh, that's true. That was always my thing.
I know that. Anyways, formatting the memory on the PS5 Slim apparently will unregister the detachable disk drive.
What the fuck?
Yes. Yeah.
I just saw that today. I'm like, what?
So I get this to an extent. I get it. It's a DRM thing.
Yeah, but it needs an internet connection anyways, doesn't it?
Yeah, the detachable disk drive is basically like linked to your account for DRM purposes.
Okay.
What?
So for example, if I put a PS5 game into my Blu-ray player on my computer, it can't read it.
Yeah.
Like there's certain encryption things going on.
Mm-hmm.
So when they had the disk drive in the PS5, that's hardwired to the PS5, like that's okay. It's tied to this console. All right, there's our DRM, right? But with these removable ones, so now it's like, all right, well you can hot swap these drives all over the place. So we need to tie it to I guess I don't want to say decryption key because that's going to be like simplifying it in a way that's counterintuitive, but like essentially they need a way to make sure it's legitimately attached to a PlayStation and is authorized to
see what they
run a game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because you could buy dummies basically, right?
Something like that, or you can interface it to a PC somehow. And
oh no, not making your games more accessible to other people. I'm just kidding.
Well, and this is what we're talking about with the Vita though. Whereas if the Vita hadn't been hacked to high heavens, we wouldn't be able to play Vita games anymore. Like we just wouldn't.
Yeah. No, this is true.
But that's what reminded me. So I had to look that up while you guys were discussing that.
This is why I can talk about how much I understand these things, but I also hate them because future proofing. It's like, all right, well,
yeah, that's rough. It's stupid.
Nobody cares about preservation, man.
No,
it's okay. Yeah, well, and then everyone used to shit on Xbox for just requiring an internet connection to play your games, which is still kind of stupid. Dude. That's still stupid as fuck.
Dumbest thing I've ever heard.
I'm just saying. It doesn't get any better. I don't care who you are, what company you are. It doesn't get any better from anybody. So
Xbox TV.
Xbox TV.
Xbox TV. Okay, do you remember that?
I don't remember this.
So somebody did a quick cut when that whole presentation came out during E3. And they go, Xbox TV, Xbox TV, 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 TV. And it was just like a half-hour cuts of just saying Xbox TV because they weren't promoting games anymore. They were promoting TV.
It was all about this thing being an entertainment device and not a gaming console.
They missed the mark on the marketing completely. Like, wow, you guys are fucking deaf. Read the room.
Yeah. Well, and they paid for it. They did.
They certainly did.
They did.
So, doesn't mean I didn't like having the input HDMI on my system because I used the shit out of it
on your original Xbox One.
Yeah. Well, even on my Project Scorpio, it still had it on there. The One X, not the series, but they still had it on the One X.
Oh, it did still have it. You're right.
Yeah,
they did.
So, and I still use it to this day. So,
fair enough, man.
But they took away the whole TV snapping thing. Where you could play, like, have the TV up in one end, and like they took that away, and I'm like, that was like the best fucking thing. It was my favorite. I remember taking.
That was the only purpose for that HDMI in.
Dude. Well, big, for sure. I remember taking a picture one day. I was playing Madden while watching the Packer game. I'm like, oh, look at me. I can play the game while I'm watching it. No. Fuck you. Fuck you. See, if you said that joke like 5 years ago, I'd be like, haha, that's funny. But now it digs a lot deeper.
Now it actually hurts.
But okay, so Jerome, I want to go back to you a little bit here, just because we kind of took a sidebar.
No, it's okay.
We are going to. This is all about you. But no.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, Daddy, no.
Okay, calm down. You're getting me. But speaking of getting me, you were talking about a conference that you're invited to go to. I'm assuming you're talking about C3.
Yep. C3.
The one with the Bucks, the Cream City Convergence.
City. Yeah.
So who's behind that? Is that the Milwaukee Esports?
Yes, there's Milwaukee Esports, and then there's M4, and I think there's somebody else. Hey, don't quote me. Like, I wish my buddy Josh was here. He can probably give you a list of names. Like,
he's right there.
A lot of people involved.
I don't have any names though.
No, I know my buddy Josh. I grew up with him. I went to college with him, and we've done a lot of projects together. And this was one where he was very passionate about basically fighting games and like Tekken and Smash Brothers and all these other things. And he said, fuck it, we don't have fighting scene tournaments in Milwaukee. I'm going to make one. God damn it. And he did. He spent a lot of his own money, a lot of his own time, weekends, like, dude, years he spent on this. Like, I can't tell you how proud I am just to be his friend and like going to these things and just watching him work, and just he's dedicated so much blood, sweat, and tears into this. And after all that hard work, he's finally gotten like a little following that, how could I put it? Like, somebody came out years ago, I don't remember who it was, but they like, you have to earn their trust kind of thing of this community.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And because like people come in, they want to make a quick buck, but Josh wasn't there to make a quick buck. He just wanted to have a community. And I think he found his people, and it's been growing ever since. And, you know, he's been making more ties with a bunch of other people, especially the Milwaukee, I'm sorry, I forgot this.
Esports Alliance. Yeah, the Milwaukee Esports Alliance.
Yeah, there's just a bunch of them.
Yeah.
And I was just lucky enough to be like riding my best friend's coattails. Like,
yeah,
oh, you're doing this. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's fine with me.
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, I'm noticing a pattern. Your best friend Josh just succeeds, and you're his coattails.
Yay for Joshes! The world needs more of them.
Exactly.
Oh man. I was curious about that because for C3, I know that later on this, actually, Josh, I don't know if I told you this yet even, but sometime next year, we're going to have one of the head honchos at the Milwaukee Esports Alliance on the show. So to kind of talk about what they're doing. I just apparently flickered and died.
Elgato says fuck you.
Yep, we're Elgato one.
The kitty! So while we're looking at that, I did want to, or while I fix that, excuse me. I do want to mention, if anybody out in the Twitch chat land has any questions for our guest, please feel free to ask it in chat, and we'll relay the question along. But if you don't,
are we in Twitch as well? Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah, we're live right now. Maybe I should have told you that.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't care. I drink a whole bucket of. I don't give a fuck.
No, we're good. We're good. That's right. We're good. Yeah, I'm gonna have to work on getting this fixed. It's not a Bucket Bites podcast without shit going wrong. I telling you.
No, and it's only on your side.
It's
like we have trees fall on your fucking internet connection.
Dude, okay. Talking. So, oh my god, and I'm gonna freeze again. It's gonna crash again. Is that what's gonna happen?
It's gone again.
It's absolute best. It's the absolute best.
I'm looking at all your stuff in the background, Josh. I see like some South Park dolls. Are those like the original ones from the mid '90s?
No, they're new ones that from somewhere I don't even know. I'm like a notorious Instagram ad asshole where like I'll see an Instagram ad, I'm like, I need that, and I'll buy that. And
Of course, I'll
no.
blow my life savings on this garbage.
Yep.
Of course, they will.
Oh yeah,
You're welcome.
No, that was just something recently I saw, and I was like, oh, I gotta have the 4 boys from South Park.
I had 2 of them. I lost them in a flood, unfortunately.
I had the original molded. Kenny, back in the day.
Yeah.
With like the head came off. Yeah.
Mine didn't. It was like, I don't know. It was before it became creative. So
yeah, mine had like the head came off, but it was like there was like a string in it, so like you wouldn't lose the head. And it was like blood. It was really cool.
I love Matt and Trey. They're so fucking great.
The best.
Oh man. Hey Josh.
Yeah.
Do you want to grab the bucket? And while you're grabbing the bucket, because this is gonna take you a minute. While you're grabbing, okay, fuck it. Let's grab the thing out of the.
I was gonna say, I already got him.
All right, that worked perfectly. We're gonna be playing 2 games today. I don't know if I told you that, Jerome.
No.
I just threw the bucket and I hit the plaque again.
Fucking plaque. Did you turn that into a dartboard at this point?
Yeah, why not? That's great. All right, so we have 2 games we're gonna be playing, and Jerome, I'll let you pick which one we're gonna play first. Okay. We have a game called Review Bytes, which is basically a game where I'm going to read off a list of Steam reviews. It's games specifically. They're on Steam only.
Okay.
And you'll have a couple of guesses to figure out what the game is. Okay.
I like that. It's pretty cool.
The other one is called Real or Fake. And the way it would work today is I have video games that are either I will read the title of the game and the premise of the game, and you have to guess if it's real or if it's fake.
Let's start with that one. I like that.
You want to start with that one? All right.
We'll start with that one.
So we're gonna play real or fake. We're gonna play
Sure.
real or fake. And while BucketBot goes and compiles this for us, I do want to mention that you can save $150 off of a custom PC build at Dark Fusion Systems. Great guys, great people. Go to darkfusionsystems.com. They're building Josh another computer right now, I think.
Yes,
actually.
At the moment, in 4 days, I think I should have it.
Ooh.
I'm very excited. With a 40 Founders Edition, they're fitting into their little cases. So that just goes to show the magic that these guys work.
Daddy like.
Yeah, so Jerome, if you've never heard of these guys before, by the way, they're Milwaukee based.
Cool.
So they're really cool, and I met them at Midwest Gaming Classic, and they make boutique mini ITX PCs.
Cool.
And yeah, they have a lot of really cool. They're great. So, I don't want to spend too much time because we always tend to like freaking spurt all over the place when we talk about them. So I'm gonna move on. But they really are great.
Super good, man.
They're the best. No, like I'm not even joking. I actually just went to a concert with the owner of Dark Fusion yesterday.
And I don't even want to say where I went with them.
Oh yeah, Bucket Bites meetup number 2 coming up in a week. But anyways,
if you're in the Milwaukee area and you're a fan of Bucket Bites, make sure you get on our Discord and learn about our meetups because oh boy, do they get wild.
Especially
you want to be there. Yeah, if I'm there,
Jerry, I'll give you the deets after the show.
Yeah, no worries.
But okay, so here we go. Real or fake? I've got 10 games. Real or fake? And who wants to go first? Each of you will get 5.
I will let the guest go first.
Yeah, let me go first. Yes, Daddy.
All right. So I'm going to give you the name of the game and then read a premise of what the game is about. And then you just simply have to tell me if it's real or fake. Okay?
Okay.
Simple enough.
Fact or fiction with Jonathan Frakes?
Basically.
Okay.
Basically. All right. The game, number 1, is called Sir Whoopass Immortal Death. This game contains puns, dad jokes, and Flappy Bird-like mini-games breaking the fourth wall. Do not play it if you hate fun.
I'm going to have to say that's real, unfortunately.
Is it real? It is.
Because that sounds like some like, what do I want to do to make money? Trash.
Yep. Yep.
Yes. So these yes. Perfect. All right, Josh.
Yes.
Are you ready?
I'm as ready as I'll ever be, buddy.
All right. This game is called Neko Arena. This game is you join our Neko girls in an epic arena fight on their secret cute island in the middle of the ocean.
Real.
That is real. Oh, we're using the sound alerts now. No! Someone ban this man. I'm just kidding. That was good. It saves the editing for me later.
Come up with Neko Arena.
Yeah, I guess that's a good point, huh? All right. The next one. This game, Jerome, are you ready? Yep, I'm assuming.
I am ready. Hit me.
This game is called Quantum Quokka Quest.
Do you know how to pronounce your own mess up?
It's Quantum. I don't know what this word is. Quokka. Quantum Quokka Quest. And it's an interdimensional adventure with quantum physicist Professor Posington. Time travels through quantum realms, solving various puzzles and defeating the evil Chaos Chameleon.
I'm going to say it's real because you were confused by it.
And this one is fake.
Damn.
Oh! Yes. I just want to say
you can't like pretend to not know how to pronounce things.
I didn't know how to pronounce it. That was so
to-
the title.
Wow.
So the title was ChatGPT generated.
Of course it was.
Okay.
Go
I
to
had-
ChatGPT for all your show prep. I know how it is.
No. I only for some titles.
Sure.
Okay, Josh, are you ready?
Sure.
All right. This game is called Walk of Duty. In this game, you take the role of Master Chef wielding a wok in this isometric dual stick fighter.
I want it to be real so bad, so I'm gonna say real.
That's fake.
Man, I can somebody, if anybody is listening to this either now or 12 years in the future, I don't care. Can somebody make Walk of Duty?
I would play that trash. I would
You
absolutely
play
play that
as
trash.
Master Chef.
You should have heard me giggle. So that one was all me, and you should have heard me giggling as I was typing this out. I am proud of all my fake ones, by the way. So, all
Except
right,
the one you can
That was a good
pronounce.
one. I like that one.
yeah,
I like
I
that
didn't
one a
come up
lot.
with the name for that one. Okay, so here comes the next one, Jerome. This game is called Saucy Socks, and in this game, yes,
Sounds like
Saucy
the socks
Socks.
I have under my desk here.
That's
Don't want
disgusting. This game is a space explorer's mission to uncover the mystery of missing socks turns erotic as you navigate a world of spaghetti forests full of naked cat-like humanoids.
I'm gonna have to say fake.
And it's fake.
Okay.
I know.
Just a lack of creativity. I'm like, spaghetti? Why spaghetti? Like, you could do a bunch of other things.
Dude, I was like, feet? This has to be real. Somebody's made this.
It's
Oh,
the spaghetti
man.
that threw me off. I'm like, well, there's other things you could do.
Yes.
And the newest game by Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right, the next game, Josh, are you ready?
Yes.
The game is called Monkey See, Monkey Do. In this game, in the heart of the Bermuda Triangle with all of your friends, you can swing around on vines and throw dew at your enemies.
I'm going to say this is real because this is another one I want to be real.
It is real!
Yay! I got to go buy that. What was it called?
It's a VR game. It's a VR game.
Oh, it's
Oh, that's even
VR?
better.
Fuck
Yes.
off, really?
Yeah.
Monkey see.
Monkey Doo Doo.
Monkey Doo Doo.
It's Monkey SEE Monkey DOODOO. It's on Steam.
It sure is. Oh man. Oh, I love this. Add
That
to
is wish listed.
All right, y'all gotta get off Steam though. We gotta get through this
that's
without
true.
Googling.
You know what's funny is Sir Whoop-Ass came up afterwards.
Did it really?
Yes.
That's awesome. All right, get off of there.
All right, we're off. Hands free.
All right, who's up? Jerome.
Jerome.
CC.
All right, this game is called Geometry Wars. In this game, you take control of a geometric spaceship that battles through never-ending waves. Okay, that was that was the gimme of the show. That was the gimme.
I own a couple copies of that.
I was gonna
That-
say,
Hey,
like one of the most popular games of that generation.
Well, okay, so I'm not gonna lie.
Real or fake? Grand Theft Auto 5. In this game, you play as
What?
Michael, Trevor, and Franklin.
When I made this, I thought Dominic was gonna be here. Okay,
Oh, all right, fair enough.
I was saving that one for Dom. Anyways,
Oh, it was a little easy one. Oh, okay.
well, I don't know if he's ever even heard of that game before. Is there
No,
any
he
way,
wouldn't get
by
it.
the way, if anybody out there knows of how to play Geometry Wars 2 without having an Xbox, like
Geometry Wars 2?
like I would like to play it on PC 2, not 1. They have 1 on Steam and 3,
Yeah.
but
Did
2
they
is
release
like
it
MIA.
on-
Yeah. Let me talk to you about Zemu after this.
Okay, sounds good.
I'll hook you up.
All right, so Jerome
Not
got it. So
Zemu,
now we're up.
Not Xenia. Sorry, Xenia.
Oh, the
Oh,
princess,
Xenia?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. All right, the
That's
next
worked
game,
really
Josh, are
well.
you ready?
Yeah.
All right. This game is called Boxed In. In this game, you are a square who wakes up in a world that's built for circles. Endure ridicule for being a square and find your way back home.
So this sounds really similar to Box Boy. So I'm gonna say this is fake.
It is fake.
Oh.
That idea actually came from me and my wife came. It was my wife's main idea. She thought of that. I'm like, dude, that is so clever. I got to use this.
That is.
I actually was like gonna say like that's got to be a real game, but I'm not sure. Like,
Well,
that's a
Box Boy.
clever
I don't
game.
know what I don't know what Box Boy is, but when she came up with this, I'm like, dude, this is fucking genius. I need to learn how to make video games.
So the only thing is
Super
that was
easy, let
similar
me
to
tell
Box
ya.
Boy is Box Boy you play as a box.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
you're
and
not-
that's it.
you're- Yeah, like you're a square, but you're not like in a round world.
Okay.
Like I was like, if this game existed, I would have heard of it.
Yeah, because it's cool. Like, it's cool.
It's a really cool idea.
Like,
yeah, I like it.
I immediately thought like you're a box and the fucking doors are all round, so you can't go through the door because you're a box.
Oh, and you got to figure it out.
Yeah, you got to figure out a way around the door. That was the first level. That's what I thought of. I'm sorry.
I like it.
So there
No,
you
I
go.
was trying
Free
to figure out
ideas.
how the puzzles would work around that. So I'm like,
Well,
oh,
you got
that's
time to think about it. I'm just saying right now, it's been said in here,
between my
and
other projects.
my wife gets a 3% of anybody
Okay.
that comes up with it. It's been stated.
There
All
you
right.
go.
Who's up? Josh?
No, I just went.
That's
Okay,
my turn.
Jerome. This game is called The Last of Waifus. In this game,
It's real.
you play... What?
It's real.
You don't even want me to read the premise?
No, it's real.
It's real!
I was gonna say, like, even if the one you were reading wasn't real, that exists.
Tell me the explanation, anyways. Okay, since we glossed over that, I'm sorry.
I thought you played it. Okay, all right. I'm sorry. I can joke because it's actually in my Steam library.
Of
Okay,
course,
I have
it is.
friends.
It was yeah. Well, no, I did. And so my buddy Seymour, who sometimes comes into the show, he gifted it to me so I can play it on stream. But basically, in this game, you play as the last waifu, dressed scantily. You work to clear out the fallen city from infected zombies whose only target is you. So, all right.
I may have heard of it. May have,
That's okay. All right. So we got the last one coming up in Josh. The score, by the way, is Jerome 4, Josh 3.
Oh, so I got a tie here.
So you got to tie it here.
Or else I lose. All right.
Do it, big boy.
Yes. This game is called Exenture, Homebound Hatchling. In this game, after being purchased at a grocery store, you, an egg, go on a dangerous adventure to find your way back home to the farm in which you were hatched.
I'm going to say fake.
And it's fake.
Ooh.
It's a really cool idea, but I couldn't see somebody making a game based off of it.
That one? So that game made sense to me because there is a game where you play a fish in a fishbowl.
Yes.
That it reminded me of. But that was my daughter's idea.
That was very good.
And I'm like, dude, the creativity of people just like in short amount of time. And I'm like, hey, dude, you could make something out of these.
Do you
All
remember
right.
that game, Bayou Billy? Was his name? No.
Billy.
No, it was that game. It was on GameCube, and you run around with a giant egg.
Oh, Billy Hatcher.
Thank you.
Yes.
I don't know why I was having a mental brain fart there.
Billy Hatcher and the Giant Egg.
Yes, very good game. Made by Sonic Team. I highly recommend it.
I have it sitting in my library. Still need to crack that open still.
It's one of my fiance's favorite games of all time.
Oh yeah, I've heard great
It
things.
looks fun.
It's cute. Like
it is very cute. Like it's adorable from start to finish. You're like
I'm surprised like this one hasn't been like remastered or anything because like I heard in the background that Sega is working on a collection of like Dreamcast like games into a new remaster collection. I'm like, do something please. Like I've been waiting on a new Crazy Taxi for God knows how long, but
that's true.
But
I just have to say that like I hear from my wife all the time, you play too many video games, you know everything about video games. And then I just like hang out with people like you and I'm like, damn, I don't know fucking shit. Like Josh is like, oh yeah, Team Sonic made that. I'm like, they sure did. I'm like looking this up.
To be fair, the only reason I know about the game is because it is literally one of my fiance's favorite games. I bought a coaster that is like the disc of that game.
Oh really?
Okay. Yeah, for her because she loves that game.
I found it at like a Goodwill for like $5 like years ago before like there was a surge of like GameCube things. I'm like,
oh sure.
Yeah, and I'm like, what is this? This looks weird. And I take it, I'm like, this is cute.
Wow.
Just never went back to it.
It's a very fun game.
Yeah, now it's like, I don't know how stupid expensive now because of eBay sellers and
exactly.
Oh, that's a whole topic. I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, it's back down now though.
I just want to say that I asked you before the show started, is there anything you don't want to talk about? And this is like the third time now where I've heard, I don't want to talk about that.
What are you talking about? I don't want to talk about that.
All right.
Well, it's not necessarily a don't want to talk about it. It's just a don't want to get into it.
I'm just kidding.
It's a lot. It's a big thing about like, I used to work at a video game store, like a retro video game store. And I also, were you at Guerrilla Games back in the day? In Oak Creek?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I used to work there. I was one of their managers. So I was there all the time.
Why did I think it was Game Crazy?
There was also Game Crazy. The same people who worked at Game Crazy also worked at Guerrilla Games. I worked at Hollywood Video, which was also part of Game Crazy. I was also inside there most of the time. And one of the crew members worked at Game Crazy named Scott. He also had he also had a podcast with me after we went off work and we talked about video games.
Sure. Well, I mean, so it's F1's passion.
Yeah. I mean, we did this for years, and he still wants to get back into it again, but he needs that, I guess, that life to bring back into it kind of thing. Pardon me. But yeah, we used to play like these little. It was like Clerks. Like we would play our own stupid little games against the customers, and we would make bets against each other, like to see what kind of knowledge they would know. They would like.
Oh, that's
some
fun.
some kid would come in, and of course he was like stoned off his mind, and he's like, it's like, I bet this kid so and so, he's just an idiot, and like he would go, it's like, bro, look at that, and he's pointing at a Nintendo 64. This was the very first Nintendo system from the 70s. I'm like, bro, he is gone.
He's not in the store, he's above it.
Like, maybe he's working on a new reality that I don't know of, but I love it. So
This is just for us, but we have to get Jerome, Scott, and Greg from Game Trade in.
Yes,
just to give stories.
Oh, dude.
Yes. Well, yes.
If you want, he would love to talk about game shit all day. Trust me.
Perfect.
I would love that episode of just sharing stories from behind the counter.
Hell yes, dude. I know
we got our own as well.
I can get my buddy Nick, who used to work at Game Crazy.
There you go.
By the Kmart we worked at, and then we could have then we got the whole group. Then we got a whole group of people that
That's
not have. I'll be so out of the loop, but you know, it'll be great to listen to the stories.
Well, you worked behind the counter, like you could tell some stories
at a Kmart.
Well, so that was me too, but we worked electronics,
That's true. Anyways, so Jerome, I gotta ask you before I forget. You have a bunch of different names that you go by. There's Jerome DK, right? You got Captain Nostalgia.
Yeah.
Help, I'm depressed. Is it Sid N64?
Yeah, that was my original from YouTube, 2000 whatever.
So, you got a lot of different channels. What's up with that?
What's up with that?
Yeah.
So the first channel that was made was the Sid N64. That was just for the enjoyment of myself, because when YouTube was very new, you made a name and you just went along with it. And that's what I did. And I just made a stupid name like from Sid, and I really like Nintendo 64. The end. That was my name. So I went with that for a while. And then as time went on, I noticed that how can I put it, like, friendships and family sometimes just kind of go different paths. So I couldn't do the Nerf movies anymore because that takes a lot of time and a lot of dedication. And a lot of those people that I used to do those videos with, they're having their own families. Like, they don't have time for this.
I have a family and I have time for Nerf Wars. Just saying, if you're making a new one.
Yeah.
And it's very time for, I mean, I would totally. You have to dedicate like a whole like day, and everybody has to come out and like the stars have to align, and it's hard sometimes.
Yeah, no, I get it.
So, and then we try to do something like where it was just like the three of us. It was like me, Gary, and my brother, and we'd like maybe do video games, and we'll just like streaming, and then we lost like 100 subscribers a day. Like, it was just tanking, because that's not what people came for originally. They didn't come for video games. They came for like weird, stupid Nerf videos or like some comedy stuff. And I couldn't really supply that to them anymore, because like it's unfortunately different paths with different people. It's just, that's how it was. Like, I would still try to point out little things if it came across. Like, if I made a commercial and it had like some sort of action funny sequence to it, I'll throw it on the channel. That's fine. But if it just didn't align, it just didn't align. So then I started jumping like, well, maybe I can make my own brand, because then I started the Captain Nostalgia thing.
That's
where
the
it was
nostalgia
just,
thing, yeah.
and then it was just more of me reflecting on my own nostalgia, and it was a channel based solely for me and no one else. And if anybody wanted to watch it, that was totally fine with me. And I was going off on that presence a long time ago, where my grandfather at the time was fighting a lot of, how can I put it? I forgot the name of it, because I'm really slow and tired right now. He's losing his memory, and it was really hard for him.
Okay.
Dementia or Alzheimer's?
Dementia. Thank you. He's going through dementia. I'm sorry. My brain's also not that great.
That's how my brain is on the normal, so it's okay.
Yeah. fun, isn't it?
It's
So
no. Continue. I'm
so
sorry.
no. And so the long story short is like it really made me reflect on what things were important to me. And when I was visiting him, he would reflect on certain things, and he was having hard times remembering certain things. And of course that made me sad, and I wanted to help him, but I couldn't. And what happens if I could start making videos for myself 80 years from now? And that's how it was going to be reflected on, of like, I'm going to take these little things I have on my shelf that mean a lot to me, or these little things that mean the world, and I'm just going to talk to them in the camera like I'm just talking to myself. So when I'm old and lost, I can turn on these videos and I can see a face that I recognize, and it's coming right back to me. So it can come right back, and I can basically just have a conversation with myself with the things that I love and enjoy. That's all it's about. And I know I never really straightforward that on the channel. It's not supposed to be, but it's mostly just for me. And I haven't gone back to it for the most reason that I want to find more things to talk about, just because, you know, this is for me. But at the same point, like, I've noticed my editing style has changed, like certain scenery has changed because I've moved numerous times. There's different things that's happened in my life. And I've looked at it, and some of it's like, the humor is my humor. It's made for me. And I've changed as a person over the past couple of years from making that. And I want to see what the next step will be. And I don't know what the next step will be for Captain Nostalgia, because I'm a different person from where I was, you know, when I first made it. And I want to understand who I am now before I start filming the next one. As if that makes sense. So
No, that's amazing, actually. No, like that's a great fucking idea.
Yeah.
Oh, thank
because,
you.
and again, speaking from the YouTuber side of things, like what I've noticed, and I think this is one of the reasons why I'm sure you've seen the Angry Video Game Nerd, James Rolfe. One of the reasons why he's so successful is because or at least what he did back in the day, was he would just share the things that he loved, why he loved them. And it wasn't necessarily for anybody else. It was just his own kind of personal reflections on things. And I think like I said, I watched your 25 years with Duke Nukem video, and your love for the Duke Nukem franchise and your retelling of your experience through it, like resonated with me, even though I've only ever played like Duke Nukem 3D once when I was a kid.
Sure.
Like, so I don't have that like personal attachment to the series,
okay.
but I felt it through your experience. And I like, honestly, I love that video. Like it was fantastic. And
Thank you.
I would be interested to see how you would revisit something like that, you know, now, and how you would.
Yeah, as you can see, like if you look at my earlier videos, I was just kind of setting up, trying to feel like how I want to talk to the camera. And then what my earlier video is compared to my latest video are completely different. And even if I would go back to it now, it would also be very different. And it's just, I guess it shows like the growth of a person or an artist, and how much time I have to put in said video. Like Duke Nukem, that took me a long time to edit, just because I wanted to make a video that I reflected on and I felt for, and I wanted to share my emotional experiences with the world, even if they didn't feel the same way, and that is okay. And that was also an experiment, because I've always had this couple ideas for like certain documentaries about nostalgia, because I think nostalgia in itself is a much more complicated emotion that people do not take enough credit for. So I view it kind of like a diagnosis of schizophrenia. Schizophrenia is such a broad term nowadays. Like, it's like, oh, you have schizophrenia. Like, what does that mean? Like, it could be a mean to many things. And nostalgia to me is that exact same thing, where like that could have a lot of different feelings and different effects. Like, what people don't realize, like what I try to place into the idea of negative nostalgia. Like, nostalgia could actually have a lot of negative effects. Like, yes, we have that idea that it could be very loving or emotional, or like that love of like a just happy energy. But what happens if it has the opposite of effect on things? Like, I have personally a lot of nostalgia addiction. Like, I am horribly addicted to things. Like, say, like, if you just look at my room, I know you can't see a lot of my, like, where my camera is, but there's just toys. And what am I using these for? Like, am I actually using this as a crutch? Like, am I growing as a person? Am I hiding between these, like, toys? Like, why can I not stop buying these? And then I have to start looking inside of why am I buying? Why am I holding this as a crutch? And why can I not let go of these things? Like, I keep stupid, bad video games as a library reference for my mind because I'm so terrified if I lose that video game, I lose that memory. And I'm just traumatized by that fact. I'm like, I can't let this go. And that's between, like, a very fine line between collecting and hoarding, and that's a whole thing that deals with nostalgia at the same time. So, like, then that's another topic I want to, like, bring into light. I've been working on a small documentary for years about this topic and interviewing people of their ties and emotional stands with nostalgia and how it's affected their lives. And I think it's a very deeper, broader emotion that we're still trying to understand. I don't know what we were talking about. I'm sorry.
No, but it started going back to your Duke Nukem video.
Yeah, my Duke. Yeah, that's where I wanted to start playing with around the ideas of, like, different cinematography and filming and editing styles and choices, and where I want to bring that.
That is what you just said is such a fascinating topic for a documentary. In one of those things where it's something that you see, because, like, you can see, and I don't like to use this word, but I've been doing this a lot this episode, but like
Okay.
like man-child, like that type of thing where it's
I'm very much a man-child. Look at me.
But, like, you see that used in such a negative connotation a lot of times, where it's like, I like to see that exploration of both the positive side of being able to relive the things from your past and being able to enjoy them and appreciate them as an adult, but also, like you said, using them as, say, a crutch or an addiction or something that takes you outside of reality, and so you're kind of cushioning yourself in this realm of nostalgia. Like, that is an idea that hasn't really been explored in that way, because you get things like the toys that made us, the films that made us, like that kind of thing, where there's, like, this rainbowy shine on nostalgia and classic things. But that is a really interesting idea, to look at the opposite side of things. And I guess it would come from your perspective of, even when looking at your book, like, drawing on those, like, not necessarily negative emotions, but those, like, emotions that are underneath the surface that we don't really talk about, but expressing them in a way that's more creative, and how we can kind of look at them from a different angle. So it's really cool that we've kind of come full circle around here to see how you explore these kinds of emotions in the different ways that you make art. And that's really cool. Like, I really hope you do end up making something with that. I'd love to watch it.
I have shot things. I have talked to people that I want to shoot more with. They are people involved, and it's kind of a delicate subject matter to, like, also dealing with depression, because, like, when I start talking about nostalgia, I talking about, like, why do you have this? Why are you attached to this? And you have to almost approach it like a psychological aspect, and we might have to dive into a product of your life that you might not want to talk about. Like, why do I hold on to this teddy bear? Because this teddy bear protects me. Well, why? And, like, I can't let this teddy bear go because he's very special to me. Something could be very attached to that, and I don't want to upset anybody when it comes to things. But what happens when that comes full force of, like, everything? And it just becomes a blanket where it's almost suffocating you at that point. And I think that's what our culture has become in a way, but we almost celebrate it to a point where it's almost disguised as happiness. Anyways, I can talk about this forever. That's why I want to make
I want you to know that I'm loving every fucking second of this.
It's a fascinating topic, and you do have a really unique and like refreshing take on it.
It's very refreshing. Yes.
I want to also shoot it in a specific way. That's why I used the 25 years of Duke Nukem kind of like a testing grounds of how I want to shoot something that has emotion to it. when you're shooting a documentary, I don't want just like the stale, point, like, shoot, here's the thing. I actually want to attach the emotion to it and what the emotions like feel from the screen. So it's a lot of me playing and tinkering and going back and forth, and then me sometimes just sitting in my room for a half hour pondering about what I feel. And and a lot of people use like meditation, whatever. No, it's just me just sitting in my room in my beanbag and just staring up into my ceiling and just really thinking about how certain things affect me, and then trying to see how it might affect somebody else. I guess it's just one of those things of just, it's a slow process of things.
I can't even like put words to like anything that you just said.
Farts.
It's
You can just say farts. It's fine.
farts.
There you go.
I don't think farts really explains how I feel about everything you just said, but like, it's cool.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
You should be like, and I'm sure you are, but like, being able to relay how you feel and like all that stuff in the thought and in video and in media and art is just like gotta be the greatest fucking release.
No,
you don't know.
Double-edged sword sometimes.
Sure. I bet it is, but like, being able to do that and have people appreciate the things that you're able to put out and like get a glimpse into how you're feeling, like you're accomplishing what you're putting out on the paper or on the screen.
Yeah.
or whatever, and that's super cool to me.
Well, it's very humbling. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
I think you do a great job.
So when you say it's a double-edged sword, like what part of it is like the negative edge of that sword?
Dude, I gotta live in that. I gotta constantly live in this.
Live in what? Like thinking about
living, feeling it. Like when I say, say writing that anxiety and depression book. Like sometimes I don't want to think about that stuff, and sometimes I just want to live in my own little bliss and try to fall asleep, and I can't sleep sometimes, and I'm up till 3 o'clock in the morning, and I have to be up at 5, and I'm wondering about like the fabrics of space, of how it's going to rip me apart when I die.
Sure.
And when I'm drawing like certain things, like I have to sometimes let it free flow. That's okay with me, and sometimes something comes out, sometimes don't, and sometimes I get really frustrated with it, and sometimes it's just a long, painful process to figure out what I'm actually looking for in the specific piece of art. And like I want things to come out faster, but it doesn't sometimes. And like, yeah, it's very emotional sometimes. Like it could be very emotional, and like if you like even writing that book, like I said, it's I had to go in some dark places and relive some of those moments, and there were maybe like 2 or 3 times where I cried a couple times because I felt sad or I felt devastated, because that's how I came to a point in my mind where I'm like, this will be relatable because I'm breaking down right now. Because I have to relive a moment in my life and work into that art, and hopefully that somebody will also feel the same way. Yeah, it can be therapeutic because I'm releasing something, but at that same time, like I don't like living through that.
Sure.
It's again, it's a double-edged sword. Like, yeah, I can make that up, but I believe that anybody could also take a piece of paper and draw how they feel and emotions and stuff like that. Like it could be therapeutic for anybody. And just because I put words to a page, like anybody can put words to a page of how they feel.
But there's a certain talent to it of being able to express yourself in any medium.
Sure.
So like I see what you're saying, where you do have the gift of being able to express that that side of your emotion, be able to put it to a page in this instance. But at the same time, like you said, it also means you have to kind of live through it in an amplified way, because you have to be able to put it through that mechanism of expressing it to somebody else. So it's almost like it's almost like you're feeling it not only for yourself but for your audience. So that's I
mean, I guess
see.
I don't have to do that, but like I could just think about it. But I guess it's more effective if I have an emotion attached to it.
Of course. Yeah.
And I don't know. We're getting really deep feelings talk here tonight, I guess.
I'm loving every second of this. I'm just throwing it out there.
I do appreciate all your kind words, so thank you so much, guys.
Oh, of course.
Well, it's not kind. I don't, at least from my side, it's not kind just to be kind. Like, it's
I'll say, like, we're not flattering. Like, both Post and I are very interested in what you're doing, and it's all very fascinating.
Thank you.
One thing I did want to say, just speaking from my own experience and a little bit of Post's as well, but I won't speak for him too much, is so you got interested in art. Well, you'll understand what I mean. You got interested in art, and then you ended up going and studying it. How did you feel about, because I went to art school, Post kind of went to technical college for animation.
Yeah,
so
I had a kid then.
Yeah, but
And
there
then
was there was there was schooling there still for an artistic endeavor.
Sure.
How did you feel about kind of not only learning more about your own artistic expression, but kind of performing and creating within your scholastic experience? Like, did you find that it was helpful? Did you find that it was restrictive, having to, create things that ended up being graded? What was that experience like, just studying art?
Studying arts. So I studied at Minneapolis College of Art and Design for a couple semesters, and I end up moving back home into Milwaukee due to family concerns, and also I was just kind of not feeling too much of it anymore. Like it gave me, I was going there to learn tools. Like, I have a lot of creative thoughts, and I want to learn the tools to get these creative thoughts out. And what I learned is I could just do this all on Google. And what it takes is a lot of time and dedication, regardless if you have money or not. And I end up going to basically a technical college and finishing up my degree in visual communications and gaming design. And I learned as much as I could have learned on Google. It was just and I'm not saying that education or college is wrong or bad. I guess for a creative mind type like me, I learned differently. Like, if someone just showed me how to do something, I will go, oh, that's how you do it. Okay, fine. But for me, reading a book, I'm like, you do what now? What the fuck is this?
Sure.
I will just flip through it all.
Mm-hmm.
If I watch a YouTube tutorial, like, oh, I just grab it immediately. Okay, this is what I do. And I just do it and do it.
Follow
and do
along.
It and do it.
Visual learning. Yeah,
Or learning by doing in a big way.
Yeah.
Like,
so of course, obviously, I'm working with my hands a lot more. What if I'm doing art and stuff like that, so I can pick up things and I can just do it. And I guess the structure of college, kind of like the school education nowadays, like, they're doing their best of what they know. But I think for me personally, if I could go back, I probably wouldn't take as many college courses or anything like that, because I feel like I don't need them, and I just got enough learning from other people. Because, like, talking to them or learning from them, like, just normal people, I got a lot of
just experiences, life
experiences.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That I got more than reading a textbook and like a stupid assignment that's forced me to do this, and I'm like, I didn't get anything out of that. Like, yeah, I got an A. What did I learn? Fucking nothing. Because it's part
That's
of the
the
curriculum.
worst.
I get it.
Yeah.
I mean, this is all a process, and I know it's all there to make sure you learn certain things and whatever, but how much of college do you actually remember? I mean, I mean, everybody.
Well,
can
there's
have
a couple
different-
reasons for that. Huh? You know?
Hey-o. No, I'm glad I asked that because that was a big complaint I had when I went to art school. Was I had that very similar thing where it's just like, yeah, like I literally like the same thing as you said, where it's like I have all these ideas and they're just abstract, and I'd like to be able to have an arsenal to actually create them.
Yeah.
But there's something strange, and I like kids that can go through 4 years of art school and graduate with an art degree, like a BA. Like, I respect them so much because I couldn't do it. I lasted less than 2 years, and I switched to computer science of all things, and I was just like, at least I'm learning something
Yeah.
in computer
Well, yeah.
science, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
because it always just feels like art school is like you're refining your own skills to somebody else's standard. And
Yeah.
I never liked that.
No, I can definitely feel that. I remember I did have a lot of pompous teachers.
Oh yeah.
We're like, you want to do this and that. I'm like, listen, buddy, this piece of paper you want me to buy costs $50 and I need to eat this month.
Yep.
There was literally meetings sometimes where they were like, what is more important, eating or getting your art supplies for the week? We had meetings about it. I'm like, this
Yeah,
is
it's
so
rough.
this
That
is
is
so
rough.
fucking ridiculous.
Yes.
And I think that was another thing too. I'm like, the standards there, like, were very high. But at that same point, I'm like, dude, I can't live like this. Like, I know like the whole trait was like starving artist, and I was a starving artist for a long time. Like, I lost 20 pounds in 2 weeks. Like, it was fucking ridiculous.
How'd you do that?
And
I could use that.
become an art student.
Yeah, seriously,
All right.
dude. Go
Deal.
back to college.
Yeah, like like I couldn't even afford eating a whole packet of ramen. I had to split that. That's how fucking poor I was, because the supplies were just ridiculous. And I think that too, like, I was so, yeah, there were a lot of people kind of stuck up with their own ass, and
Sure.
I didn't want to be also that person stuck up my own ass.
Yes. Yes. And it like I almost feel like that's something to be proud of in and of itself, is like recognizing like, all right, I don't want to be this, so I'm gonna go and do it my own way.
Yeah.
And
And that kind of shows too, like with like the Nerf movies, of just us going out having fun, not having that. So it's like, no, we need the proper lighting over here and over here. No, because the cinematography's not right over here. Like, no, dude, just fuck off. Who cares? Just have fun.
yeah, it's really it's the lifestyle of guerrilla filmmaking. That's
Oh, totally, yeah.
Yeah, it's a great way to put it.
And I think it also kind of reflects off today to where I like to sit and ponder about my emotions and my thoughts and my feelings, and others as well, and how they like. And I know that's kind of like an artsy thing to say in itself, but at least I'm not up my own ass, I hope.
No,
No,
it's good.
like-
It's good to recognize.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I think there's a big difference between being self-reflexive and being pretentious. Like
Yes.
being able to recognize your own kind of your own emotions and what you're going through versus, placing that onto somebody else. Like if you were to say like, oh, I like to sit and, think about, what I'm going through, that's one thing. Whereas if you were to say you need to sit and think about what you're going, like that's where it goes into
Yeah.
that territory of like, all right, now you're just a pompous ass.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, keep in mind, like, art school did teach me a lot of good things. Like, it taught me how to crunch, unfortunately. Like, when they talk about, like, crunch culture or, like, video game crunch, like, I learned really hardcore to, like, all right, we have this project to do. We have 2 comic pages to do this day, and blah, 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 blah. We're up till 3 o'clock in the morning. We're sleeping in the studio. Like, you learned how to crunch. And so, like, when work comes up, like my professional job, they're like, we need XYZ. And I'm like, all right, I'm on it. It's like, you're going to be up for like 13 hours. I'm like, yep, I got it. Don't worry about it. Like, where'd you learn it? Just like college, starving artist. I got this. Like, those taught me things, like how the real world works for like deadlines. Deadlines are hard. Deadlines are real. I learned how to deal with deadlines. And I'm very professional about that. That taught me that. But and I did meet a lot of fantastic people and a lot of dumb people, but that's everywhere though.
Yes,
You know?
and that, to be fair, that's every college program.
Yeah.
Is you're going to meet a lot of really great people that are going to shape the rest of your life. You're going to meet a lot of really dumb people that are going to shape the rest of your life because you're going to remember dealing with them, and even that's going to teach you something.
Yeah, it's like I have a client just like you. Like, yeah. No, I know what you mean.
This whole interview has been one of my favorite things in Bucket Bites history.
Oh, really?
It really has been, yes.
I'm sorry to hear that.
That's no slight. It's just it's I don't even know how to put it into words. But all right. Just to keep things moving along.
Sure.
Josh, can you grab the bucket again?
Oh
yeah, we're still playing games, aren't we?
We have one more.
Okay.
So, and I have 10% battery on my earbuds. So there we go. Oh.
Gotta get wired headphones, buddy.
All right. We, ladies and gentlemen, are going to be playing Review Bites.
This is one of my favorites.
All right.
So each of you is going to have 3 games. You'll get... So the rule is, I'm going to give you 3 reviews. If you guess and are wrong after any of the reviews, you don't get the point, and the other person can then guess to steal. Okay? So each one is worth 3, except for the last 2 are worth 4. Okay? So if you get the first one, I mean, you can chance it to get 3 points just off the first review, but the first review is always kind of obscure.
Can I ask, is there a theme to these games? Are they a certain genre?
They are all on Steam. That's it. That's the only theme.
All right. No theme.
There's no theme this time around. So, by the way, if you're in chat listening live, feel free to play along. I don't think anybody will cheat. So, by the way, the score is tied leading into this.
Okay. Cool.
Each of you has 4 points.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So, and I'm going to double that to 8 points each just because that's how that game works. So, all right. So I guess we can start with Jerome. I think we'll let you go first, okay?
Okay. Let's do it.
For the first game, this review comes from username Akuni. And their review is simply, everyone in this game is hot. So, I gave you the review. You do not have to guess yet. Okay, one was worth 3. That one was worth 3 points. The next one will be worth 2, and then the last one will be worth 1 point. So just to further clarify. Okay.
Okay.
The next review. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you have a guess?
No.
Okay. The next one is from username Sanity, and their review is, objectively, the best roguelite that was ever made. There are others I preferred slightly more, but this is S tier for everyone.
Roguelike.
Light. Like, light. I don't know the difference, to be honest.
No, it's all right.
These days, it's pretty minimal.
Remember, you can guess or choose to move on for 1 point. If you fail, if you don't have any guesses after the first one, Josh can steal for 1 point.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go for another review.
Right. I have a feeling Josh knows the game already, but
I already know.
Yeah.
You know
So the username is Eon the Gamer, and their review is simply, Cerberus is a very good boy.
Cerberus.
Yes. So, everyone is hot. It's the best roguelite that was ever made, and Cerberus is a very good boy.
I guess I'll take a shot in the dark.
Sure.
Is it
Can't hurt.
Baldur's Gate 3?
It is not Baldur's Gate 3.
Okay, go ahead.
Decent guess. Josh?
Hades.
It is Hades.
I have never played Hades.
If you... I only recently started playing it again because it runs really well on my Lego. And it is a really good, just time waste, just time sink, fun roguelite type game. So
I mean, I've been playing a little bit of Baldur's Gate 3 and like everybody's pretty hot in there. I'm like, yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah.
when he said that first one, I thought it was gonna be Baldur's Gate 3, but then when it was roguelite, I'm like, all right, it's Hades, because everybody talks about how hot.
Is everyone hot in Baldur's Gate? Let me think here. Well, so Baldur's Gate we actually had on review bites like earlier this year, so I couldn't throw it back in. I'm sorry. I guess Josh has advantage here. All right.
Oh, it's my turn.
Yes, it's your turn, but I can't do the next one because you'll get it for sure.
Well, then pick the next one.
Oh, here's this fucking name. So you remember that word before that I couldn't fucking pronounce? Is like quokka or whatever.
Yes. Yeah.
It's like a koala basically. It's like a fucking like rat type thing.
Oh.
Anyways, just so you know, I looked it up and I just wanted to share that with everybody.
Got it.
This comes from this comes from username the Juicy Quokka.
Ah,
That's why
okay.
it came up again. Yeah. It's funny how that happens. All right. Oh, motherfucker.
Am I gonna get this one too?
No, I forgot to change the title, but that's okay. I know what it is.
Oh.
All right. Their review is loses its charm pretty fast. The open
God.
world is filled with mediocre time wasters.
I mean, that's every Assassin's Creed game,
I
man.
was just gonna say that. I was like,
Hey.
how many Assassin's Creed games have come out?
I'm not the only fucking Ubisoft hater here. That makes me happy.
All right. Next one. I
The
mean,
Rayman
this
Legends
is-
game is sweet,
By the
though.
way, Josh, this is also the 4-point question for you.
oh shit. All right.
Yeah. I didn't
So
think about
this
that
is
before I
3
started.
points now.
This is worth 4 points still.
Still, any of them
But
are worth 4?
each of you gets one 4-point question. Yours just happens to be first.
Yeah, but like, no matter when I get it, it's worth 4 points.
No. So that was 4. This will be worth 3.
This'll
then
be
2. Then
3.
1. Yep.
That's what I said, and then you said no.
Sorry.
4.
I'm dumb. All right. Username NX Mikael. Their review is: you can do everything you can't do in real life, like casting magic and talking to girls.
I'm gonna say Hogwarts Legacy.
No shit.
Was it Hogwarts Legacy?
It fucking was.
Whoa.
It fucking was a shot in the dark.
I was like casting magic and open world with nothing in it. I'm gonna go Hogwarts Legacy.
Dude, that was
I
good. That was good. That was a good guess.
applaud you.
All right.
All the
The other
applause.
you would have got it on number 2 for sure. Anybody would have. It's recommend for garlic if you know you know. And then the last one was, could it get any cozier than Hogsmeade?
I would have gotten that, but the
Yeah.
garlic one I don't get.
Oh, Professor Garlic, there was this weird like TikTok infatuation with her. Whatever.
Way over my head. So no, I wouldn't.
Oh,
have
good.
gotten
Then
that
you
one.
would. Then I picked the right one for you.
Yeah.
All right. So Josh for plus fucking 3. Shit.
Congratulations, my friend.
Thank you. I feel good about that one.
You should.
All right. This one is going to be for 3 points, just so you know. I just didn't want Josh to have another easy one right off the bat. That's all.
It's all right. These are a lot harder than I thought.
It's not easy.
I like
But-
it though. It's cool.
Yes. But they can be. All right. So this one, this review comes from username Cinderblock Mooner, whatever. Their review is simply, there aren't any dogs in the game.
Oh. All right. Dogs in the
fuck?
game.
That's easy. There aren't any
That's-
dogs in the game.
That's the hard one.
Yeah, I know, but you said that this was an easy like solution.
I'm trying to think of games that don't have dogs in it right now. Yeah. Wait.
All right.
No. Wait. Continue. Just go.
All right. There's a bonus on this one, but I'll only read it after the last review. All right.
Okay.
This comes from username Isaac, and their review is, you can hack an old dude's pacemaker and laugh in his face.
I don't know why I'm thinking of a specific game, but I don't want to say it. Hack a spaceman.
I mean, it'd be a real shame if you like said it and then like looked at me, and then I gave you a really like, you know, you could be like, I think it might be this, but then I could be like,
oh, I don't know.
Oh, I don't know, guys. Oh, fuck. Give me a second here. Give me a
I
second.
like how he
need
just
to
like
ponder.
openly admitted to cheating, and like he's just like, nah, we're good, fam.
It's all right.
I don't know why I'm pretty embarrassed. The fact that I don't know this.
It's all right. It's not easy.
Yeah. Okay. I guess go again.
All right, the next one. All right, so
Yeah.
this last one you're gonna get 2 that are worth 1 point. Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you the bonus first. Comes from username Smiley Face.
Okay.
It was actually a colon and a parentheses. So, yeah, anyways, their review is it's pretty good, but online has too many hackers. In all capital letters. And then the actual final review is from username John Umber. And their review is, this is for 1 point. If I could describe it as one thing, it would be the combination of Grand Theft Auto and Assassin's Creed.
I'm gonna have an aneurysm, dude.
And again, the bonus was it's pretty good, but online has too many hackers.
That first clue was a clue.
It was.
It was actually a clue.
It was a clue.
I'm probably gonna kick myself. As soon
And
as
there's
I-
there's multiple games, and I will accept any of them.
multiple games. Oh my god. Give me a second. I'm looking at my library. Come on, something jump out.
Let's see here. You know, not that I'm throwing out any hints there, but it was a game that was. Nah, never mind. It might make it harder.
I've made a video on it.
There are. This is why I didn't give you this one. There aren't any dogs in the game. It's pretty good, but online has too many hackers. You can hack an old dude's pacemaker and laugh in his face. And if you could describe it as one thing, it's Grand Theft Auto and Ubisoft. I mean, Assassin's Creed.
Again, like, this can't be Cyberpunk. Is it Cyberpunk?
Yeah. Well, so it would be weird. So I like your thought process.
Okay.
If Cyberpunk was made by Ubisoft. But that's a good thing it wasn't your guess. You know, who is...
Oh, wait. Oh, no. Never mind.
No,
I give
do
up.
you kind of
Just
give up?
give-
You give up? All right, Josh, go ahead. Josh, go ahead.
Is it Watch Dogs? Legion?
It is
or
Watch
whatever?
Dogs.
All right,
Yeah.
Watch Jerome for +1.
Jerome gets it. Jerome gets it.
I guess, like, wait, is there a Grand Theft Auto? Ubisoft? There was. It was Watch Dogs. Oh my god,
Yes.
that piece of trash.
All right.
There's three of them.
The first clue was actually a clue. There's no dogs.
There's no dogs
now I
because you
get
don't.
it.
You watch. Yeah, that was
I don't
like the
get
big
old man
meme.
jokes.
Yeah, that was like the meme. All right.
My favorite was it was like somebody photoshopped the cover of the game, but it was somebody washing a dog, and it just said "wash dogs."
I remember that. That was great.
That was so good.
Dude.
I
Oh,
also
maybe I
remember,
should have.
what was that one meme that somebody would like eat standing instead of Death Stranding?
Yes.
He was just eating
Yeah,
a hot dog.
yeah.
I'm like, oh, that's good. Perfect. Chef's kiss to you, sir. Good artist.
All right, Josh, you ready?
I'm sorry that took me so long. That's embarrassing.
It's okay.
No,
if
that
you've
was
never,
good.
have you ever played it at least or no?
Okay, I own 2 of them. I haven't played any of them. Like,
That's right. Good.
Scratch it.
They're not worth playing. Well, the
I
first one
played
is.
like a half hour,
It's
and
okay.
I'm like, what is this? I don't care.
The first one is okay. The second one is utter
Yeah.
trash.
There's
the third
4
one
of them,
was
isn't
like-
there?
No, there's 3.
Oh, is the fourth one? Is third one Legion?
Legion is the third one. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. I thought there was a third one and then Legion.
The second one got under my skin. I'm like, can you please shut up and try to stop being edgy? Like,
That was 100% what it was. And the third one like doubles down on that shit, and you'd think they'd be like, why?
Yeah, they ruined it. They went the same. They had the same. it was the same problem Saints Row had,
Saints Row,
in my opinion.
New one. Yeah.
which
God, I love Saints
started
Row.
off with
Fuck that.
a good first 3. Well, you know, they had more obvious. But anyways, all right, Josh, you ready?
Yes, go ahead.
All right, this comes from username El Duderino.
Ooh,
And
my guy.
their review is, you drive, I need to go over the case notes. This one also has a bonus, by the way.
All right, go ahead. Next one.
All right, next one from username Vazia. The best game I've ever played, but then I'm a sucker for film noir.
I have a guess.
No, put it away. You
Does
can't
he have it right there? Fuck you.
This motherfucker, dude. What the fuck?
Dude, you ruined it right after you said noir. I'm like, come
Yeah,
on.
when you said you drive, I look at the case notes. I was like, it might be LA Noir, and then you said Noir.
So
said
I was
noir.
kind of so
Even
Josh.
I got it at that point. I'm like,
So
fuck.
okay, I was kind of hoping because of the recency of Tales
Alan
Noir.
Wake?
No.
Oh,
Tales or Backbreak or whatever the fuck it was called.
Backbone. It was called.
Backbone. Yeah. Sorry, I was talking to them on Twitter or X. Feel free to come on our show if you want to.
Please do.
The other two guesses were detective by day, detective by night. You play as a detective, and then the last one was me. My review was press X to doubt.
I was waiting for Press X to doubt.
Yeah.
That's when I knew I would
so
get it.
Josh for +2. By the way, Josh has always like destroyed everybody in this game, so
I can understand.
he just
My knowledge for games is just stupid. Nobody should
All right.
have it.
All right, so shit. All right, I'm gonna do your +4, Jerome, because
I'm
Josh is
losing.
last. I tell you what, if you get this, you can also have the last one.
Ooh,
Okay.
double or nothing. I like it.
Okay.
right.
Okay. I promise I won't get it though. Don't worry. I don't have faith in myself.
I believe in you.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
You can do it. I believe in you. I think this is the one.
Okay. Okay.
This is from username Orpheus Seas, and his review is pizza today, pizza tomorrow,
Oh,
and that's worth 4 points.
Oh,
is it?
Would you like? Would you
Okay,
like
hold-
more? Would you like more reviews before you guess?
Hold on.
It has to be on Steam.
I know it's on Steam because I have it wish listed. I just forgot the name of the game.
All right, I'll give you some time. Dude, this would be clutch if you hit the +4.
It's like pizza. I'm just gonna be spitballing here
Alright.
in my head because I know
No.
it's like
Don't spitball.
okay. I'm not spitballing. It's just that's why I play with my rubber band. Fuck. Okay. I have the game in my head. It's
Josh is
running
just
around
waiting
in
the
levels.
wings right here.
All right, I'm gonna go to the next one. Okay.
Fine.
This is also worth 4 points because I decided. This is from username Zandig. Their review is: this game kicks more shell than 12 Angry Boy Scouts.
The 12 Angry Boy Scouts.
Yeah, but I mean the game kicks more shell.
Oh,
Yeah, shell
Way off.
pizza.
I was way off.
Shell pizza,
So-
yeah.
Is this the Cowabunga collection?
Let me just pull up Steam real quick.
As it's on there. Because you said shell
Yeah,
12
I'm
because
with
there's
you.
a bunch of games,
Yep, I'm with.
and then you had pizza.
What's the game called?
The Cowabunga collection.
Okay. If it's in this collection, you'll get it. Fuck. I mean, if it's not in it, It counts. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is the answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's part of the.
Yeah. I'm gonna give it to you. Go ahead.
That first one I thought it was gonna be Pizza Tower, which I think is probably what you.
That was the game I was thinking about. Yeah, that was.
That's
the game
why I
was
didn't want you to
thinking
guess,
about.
because I'm like, that's not enough. Don't guess. It was actually so the real was Shredder's Revenge.
Shredder's Revenge.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, close enough.
And I'm like, there's only like 3 fucking games of fucking TMNT on here.
Yeah, arcade Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, they're all the same game.
I mean,
All right, so I'm giving Jerome +3.
that's fine.
So right now, in
Now
this
he's got the
round,
last one.
If it makes you feel better, I
it-
did buy the game twice. Shredder's Revenge and Cowabunga Collection.
See, there you go.
so we were, oh shit, my headphones are dying. We were 8-8 coming in here. It's currently 13 to 12.
Ooh.
So
Wow.
you have to get at least by the last guess to tie it. Okay? But if you can get it on guess number 2, you win it.
We'll
You
see.
win today's show. Okay?
You were
All right.
pretty nice to me. Give me that last point, dude.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's,
I mean, you got dude. Fuck, dude.
you
It
could
was
just
so
said,
hard.
Yeah, Teenage
You
Mutant
could just
Ninja
said
Turtles,
TMNT. Yeah, and that's. I would have accepted just TMNT. That's why I told
Well,
you
you
that.
said
Anyways.
12, and I thought like, well, the Cowabunga Collection. I forgot how many games are actually in that collection.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Fuck.
Oh, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. If you count the online only titles.
Oh, okay.
And we all do.
Yeah, totally did.
Anyways. All right, here we go. Last one. Username Cool Dude.
Oh, he's
This
cool, dude.
game is goated. Enough said. Whether it's the Dreamcast to Steam or the GameCube, it's just goated, and has a well done story and great gameplay.
I have an
So-
idea.
I have
You have an idea? You have an idea?
I have.
Good.
I have an idea.
All right. I'm gonna go to the second one just because you only need 2 to win. Okay. No use losing it on the 3-point question. This one's from Banjo Killer 69. Their review is: I rolled around at the speed of sound and lived, then learned.
Rolling around in the speed of sound. Was it like Follow the Rainbow or something? My Rainbow?
Yeah, gotta follow the rainbow.
Something, something going on.
Yeah, nobody remembers after that except for like, follow me, set me free.
Something, something.
Escape
Yeah.
from the city.
I'll make it something, something you. Follow you.
me.
Thank you, yeah. Do. Yeah.
I've never felt so much more than a third wheel than I have right now.
It was your fucking
I know.
game.
Oh, are we guessing? Do we still have to sing and
Yeah,
quote
you
the
gotta
game?
say it. You gotta say it.
Yeah.
Post doesn't know what we're talking about.
I have no fucking clue. I'm miles
don't?
away. No.
Yeah, you
So-
are. Are you Miles Tails per hour?
That's
Oh wait.
That was good. You get 10 points for that one. Sonic Adventure 2.
Yes!
I mean, that song is from Sonic Adventure 2.
That makes Jerome. And see, there it was. There it was. It was
Yeah.
the mispronunciation. I got to put on fucking headphones
fine.
on, guys.
I mean, you kind of
Remember I
gave
put
that to me, so
No,
I'm
no,
gonna
no.
call this one.
You
was
a
good.
draw
kind of earned
tonight.
it. You kind of
It's a
earned
draw
it.
tonight. It's a draw one tonight. I'm gonna say draw.
I mean,
We all win.
no. TMNT, you got.
Yeah.
So
I said Cowabunga Collection. That's a different game entirely.
It's
though.
whatever.
That's a
whatever.
yeah.
Look, I am a like notorious nitpicker, and even I'm like, nah, like whatever.
No, you got it. Like
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, it's close enough.
I was gonna let any TMNT game go on that one,
Yeah.
so you're good.
All right. Sure.
So you earned that W, brother.
I have a Ninja Turtle arcade cabinet sitting right there. You can't see it though.
Josh, what's yours?
Is it an original or a one-up?
Oh, it's a 1-up, unfortunately.
Yeah, I got the Turtles in Time 1-up downstairs.
Okay.
It's dope though. I mean, I still play that fucker. It's amazing.
Oh yeah, same.
Oh my god. I just realized that this has been the longest episode we've had in quite some freaking time. So, Jerome.
Yes.
2 final things.
Oh, okay.
Number 1. If somebody had offered you a box that had everything that you've ever lost,
Oh.
what's the first thing that you would look for?
Oh.
Please don't say fleshlight.
I still got mine
Okay,
from 12
good.
years ago.
That's
Yeah, I would never
Gross.
lose it.
See, that's my problem. Again, we went back to that conversation being collecting and hoarding.
mm-hmm.
When I moved in, that's what started this whole process of me thinking this way, is when I moved into my partner's house. She's like, all right, you don't have a lot of stuff, right? And I'm like, no, I have a whole semi of things. And she's like, you don't? And I'm like, I do. And we backed up with the semi.
Yeah.
She's like, you have a lot of collector stuff. I'm like, I do. And there's just totes and totes and totes. She's like, you've kept everything? I'm like, I have. I've kept my childhood, like, as much as I can. Like the things that I've lost, I've usually replaced over time slowly. And then, of course, before, like, you know,
piece for piece?
Most of the time, yeah.
Oh.
Like,
Okay, fancy pants.
It's not fancy. It's a problem. This is where me reflecting back into myself.
There's
like,
got to
is
be
this a
there's got to
problem?
be something. There's got to be at least one thing that was lost at some point.
My original Stay Puft Marshmallow Man toy from Ghostbusters from 1980. God knows. I think they released it 88 for the cartoon show. So I don't remember. I have one. It is not my original one.
Okay.
But that was my toy. And for some odd reason it was lost in time. But I would just want that specific one back.
Sure. Fair enough. I like it. That's a good answer.
It's just a simple little toy that I loved.
That's cool. Josh,
I have one. It's right, I have one right there.
Oh, by the way, talking about Stay Puft, you have a fucking sick ass proton pack. I want to see it.
You want to see that? Okay,
Yeah, bring it up. Pull it up. Whip it out.
Giggity. All right, so you can only see the one, but it is attached to my Spangler pack from the Afterlife movie, if anybody's seen it yet.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, buddy. Oh, hold on. I should probably turn on the whole pack.
Yeah. I mean, if you're going to catch ghosts.
Yeah, we got to get the whole experience here.
There we go. Here she goes.
So my least favorite thing about doing this show on Discord today is that crisp is too crispy.
Crisp is too crispy.
Yeah, the audio cancellation's much better on this. Yeah. That thing's sick though.
Yeah.
That thing is really cool. So
can
before the
cycle
show, we
through.
kind of got a preview of this thing, and it sounded so cool, and it looks so cool, and he's gonna catch some ghosts.
So
It's
I do
awesome.
have one question: is when you're holding that, does bustin' make you feel good?
Sometimes when I'm wearing protection.
All right, fair enough.
I kind of feel like it feels better when you're not, but you know, that's
I
just
like the
me.
small details I put into it, like a little knob to turn up the velocity.
Yeah.
Yeah,
turn it
when
down.
when my knob gets turned like that too, it turns the
Post.
intensity up. I'm sorry.
Will you stop?
I'm sorry. All right, Jerome, I appreciate you, dude. You've been great. It's been one of my favorite interviews in all of Bucket Bites.
Oh, thank you. It's been a pleasure on. Thank you. You can have me again anytime because I'm lonely.
Perfect. Since we've been asking you and pegging you with questions all night long, do you have any questions for us before we call it a night?
You gonna let me back on?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, then that's fine.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, cool. Fantastic. That's the
an easy one.
easiest. That's easy.
Wow. Whew.
No, I had fun. Thank you, guys.
Awesome. Perfect.
Thank you.
I will let you have the floor. If there's anything you want to call out, promote, whatever, your website, jeromedk.com, any books that you're maybe working on right now, because like I heard that might be a thing maybe.
I am working on 2 books at the current time. One is a more Christmas book. I don't want to give too many details because
no, don't. Yeah, that's great.
It delves into my conspiracy mind a little bit of what Santa Claus really is, and it gives in more of a nightmare approach that you should not let strangers into your home and let him. Let's just say Santa.
He's just going to tell us the whole book now.
I don't want to, but I've been working on it for a little while just because I have some nightmares about it. I'm very inspired by my own nightmares.
Sure.
And I twist and I research like the weird things across like where like Alaska's really fucked up, and I'm like cross researching all these like weird mythologies, and I'm referencing them to Santa and like weird conspiracy theories with Nazis and stuff. And it just goes into a weird downward spiral that will all kind of make sense in a weird, horrifying way.
Well, so it is a spiral, not a loop. So
yes. I mean, if you've seen some of my horrific art on jeromedk.com, you could probably look forward to that. Basically, again, more of a children-esque book, but made for adults. And I kind of going on to that theme, like where I feel like more adults need more of these like children themes. Like if I'm going to go towards into this like nostalgia market, I might as well go full force. So, and then the other book that I'm sort of writing right now, again, deals with kind of, sorry, still COVID-y. The half of it deals with a madman's journal, and the other half deals with police reports. So you get to kind of cross-examine between what is happening between this man's mind and what is happening into real world, and if it's real or not. And you get to see like his descent into madness with his illustrations of where he is and where he's going. And a lot of it is taking off some real world events in around Wisconsin. And I'm going to kind of tie it in between reality and fiction a little bit. So
it's about the hop, isn't it?
The hop? Never heard of the hop.
Yeah, you've heard of the hop.
Oh, the IHOP?
No. the streetcar.
Downtown, they got the little fucking streetcar that drives around that people hate. Well, not everybody, but like people were like giving shit about.
Wait, Jerome, are you from Milwaukee?
I am. I'm from Cudahy.
Yeah, but are you in downtown a lot?
I haven't been there in a couple of years. No.
Oh, that's why.
Okay, all right. That's one of the like the polarizing things that like.
So I'm
people
living
always shit
near
about
Madison area right now.
Okay, cool.
So I've been there since for the past couple of years. So I have not known about the hop.
We'll give you a pass.
Fuck is that?
Yeah, they put in a streetcar that runs about 2 blocks in downtown Milwaukee, and all it does is hold up traffic. It's the fucking worst thing ever.
How have I not known about this? That is hilarious.
It's the worst. I hate this city so much.
Jesus Christ, that's dumb.
Anyways, no, cool. Looking forward to those. Do you have a timeline, or is it kind of like up in the air?
Again, I was gonna give myself more of a timeline for that because like I stressed myself for 3 months to put out a book, and that kind of killed me a little bit. And now I'm gonna kind of give myself a little more leeway, and I will probably give myself a deadline within the next couple of weeks just to kind of get myself more structured.
Deadlines are good.
I'm hoping something within a year you'll see something new. Just because I want to put more, I guess, structure into the book, because it's going to be more heavy into art and a lot more detailed.
Cool.
So I do spend a lot of time in my art stuff. So, and then the other stuff that I guess I'm working on, yes, the documentary, but we'll see how when that goes. That flops and back and forth between what's going on. that's what movie making is. Comes and goes.
Awesome.
But,
well,
yeah.
hey, Jerome, awesome. You've been great. Josh, thanks for hanging out with me tonight. I appreciate you being here as well. Man, so Bucket Bites is going to be off for a few weeks.
Oh.
We're going to be after this, we're going to be coming back on December 15th with the acclaimed Twitch streamer Bike Man, courtesy Josh. We're going to be going round 2 for that because the first time we had some family emergencies going around. So this one will stick and it'll be a good time. So make sure you're there with us on December 15th, that Friday at 9, same time as always. We live record most Fridays at 9 p.m. Central Standard on our Twitch page, twitch.tv/bucketbites. You can also check us out at bucketbites.gg is our website, or linktr.ee/bucketbites for all of our info. Make sure you check out Jerome DK on his website, jeromedk.com. And also, if you want to save $150 on a brand new custom built PC, check out Dark Fusion Systems and mention Bucket Bites. So everybody out there, thank you so much for hanging out. We'll check you later. Goodbye.
Subscribe to Suggestive Gaming.
Oh yeah, and also Suggestive Gaming because he's cool too.
I guess.
Yeah, he's all right. I'll live with him.
Just gotta sneak it in, like, guys. Hey.
No, I feel bad. Well, I never do the nuclear coffee bit either. Nuclearcoffeewi.com.
There you go.
There you go. Perfect.